Welcome back to the channel. So I've got a Squale Rolex Submariner Homage. This to me looks like the Great White. This looks like a 1680 Great White. It has that look. You got a matte dial, big maxi lume plots. Okay. The only thing this has over that, of course, is this has a ceramic bezel, but it's not as shiny as, say, you know, maybe a sub. Ceramic bezel, so I think it's still muted a little bit. What I really like about these Squales too, and this is the first time ever having one on the channel, is that that date magnifier. It's a true 2.5 magnification compared to, you know, Steinhardt, which is like 1.5 or 2 maybe. But this looks good. You can actually look at it and see that date perfectly just fine. Okay. Reason why I picked this one up is because I wanted a 1680. But I don't want to pay 12 or 13 grand for a good example. And I just wanted something just to kick around with. Of course, I'm not going to keep it forever. I'm sure I'd flip it. But these here are, you're not going to lose any money on Squale. What I've been noticing is they'll sell out, and you'll get them at, oh, this was purchased at Noman Watches, but you'll get one and they'll have them in stock for a little while. They'll sell out, and then the secondary market, they'll actually be a few $100s more than what, you know, the retail is. So you can't really lose on one of these. It's running a 28-24 movement. It's a 40 mil case from side to side. It's got a 48 millimeter from lug tip to lug tip, and you are at 12.5 millimeters thick with a 20 millimeter lug opening, and it tapers down to 18. So not a real drastic taper. Very nice oyster style bracelet, nice clasp. I like that the clasp is matte and all this is all matte. Polished on the sides, polished on the side of the case, both sides. Giant crown, kind of an oversized crown, and then brushed up on top. Their brushing is really nice, reminiscent of Rolex brushing. It's done very, very well at a $570 price point. You can't go wrong. Screw-in links. It's a very nice watch. It really is. What bothers me is I get this one, and if you, I'll demonstrate it on the camera. Then I started doing some research. Watch, listen to this. There you go. You hear that little click? There you go. Watch. Does it again. The crown like skips, or is maybe the crown's stripped. Watch. Here we go. Right there. I don't know what is going on with this, but I started doing some research, and I guess a real weak point of these Squales are the stem, the winding system. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but that irritates me. So I reached out already to Noman. I want to return it and get another one or do something different, because, or maybe not even get one altogether just because of that. From what I understand, it's a weak point of these watches, and I've never had that happen on any watch, and it bothers me. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. But overall, other than that, I think it's a really good timepiece on the wrist. It looks real good. You can see, looks very good. Fits very well. Fits like a, you know, sub or dweller. It's kind of in between a sea dweller and a sub in the thickness and the case profile, but I mean, it's a nice looking watch. And can this coexist with the real thing? Yes, it can. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And some people freak out. Oh my God, a homage. It used to bother me back in the day. It doesn't anymore. I don't really care. But you know, when you become you've been collecting for a long time, you definitely grow up, and it's not a problem anymore. So some people will hate on this, some won't. If you're going to hate and leave lame comments, don't bother. Okay. But anyway, this is a cool watch. It really is. If you're in the price, you know, of that $570, you know, below $600, I think you're getting a lot of watch for the money. Look out for that winding system, though, in my opinion. I don't know what's up with that, but it's a nice milled clasp. You've got a date, or a nice extension for the diver extension, which is decent. Screw down crown, screw down case back, of course. 200 meter water resistance. Nice 120 click. And it's very good. And it is a ceramic bezel. And it's got good action, too. I like that action. Lume. Let's do a lume shot. And the movement's running really good on it too. I believe it's got a 2824. It could have an SW200, but the websites, everything says 2824. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. They're both good movements. Yeah, it's got great loom. Really good loom. If it'll focus. It's almost like it doesn't want to focus. Here we go. A little bit of focus there. Look at that. Okay, good. So let's put it on a time grapher real quick. You guys can get an idea of how these are set up. I don't know if they do any regulating at Squale. Squale actually has kind of a rich history back from the late 50s. The owner, the Von Buren or Von something, he was a diver, and the whole family were divers, and they actually, had a lot of people respected their watches back in the day, and they used to make cases for a lot of companies, Blancpain, a lot of different companies, high-end watch companies would buy their cases. So I think the 50 Fathoms, one of the 50 Fathoms was a Squale case. So, I mean, you got to credit that. I mean, you got to give credit where it's due. If you look at the beat rate and everything, 28,800 vibrations per hour, it's a 0.4 beat error, 295 amplitude, and the rate right now is plus 11. It'd probably settle down maybe to about an 8 or 7 or something like that, but that's overall pretty decent for this movement. It's running strong. It's running good, so I would be happy with that. I'm just not happy with the winding, the winding stem. So that's something that I'm gonna have to definitely inquire about, but I love that magnification. Some people hate a Cyclops. I like it. I could go with it or without it, but when it's there, I use the date every day at work, and having it right there, boom, in my face, I could see it right away, and that just looks great, okay? So anyway, there you have it, guys, the Squale 1545 ceramic matte dial. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.